Hi, I'm James Laurent for Tremolis, JAL. I was watching some of the videos on this, which you might call mind over matter, or telekinesis, or psychokinesis. And I saw one video where these folks were trying to disprove the ability of someone being able to use their mind to spin a small piece of paper that was folded up in certain ways as a square, and that using your hands was producing some type of temperature rise or heat that would cause this piece of paper to spin around. Okay, so I tried this. When I'm using my mind to make the paper spin, it spins. When I'm using my hands, the reason that it spins is not because of heat, it is because that you create a magnetic field, and your hands will be like a positive magnetic field, and the paper, different sides of the paper will be negative, or your hands can be negative and the paper can be positive. Either way, you can either make the paper spin in one direction or the other. And if you touch the paper with your hands, you can have the paper moving as if you were pulling it or pushing it. And so that's changing your polarities. Now, the reason I believe that this is what is happening is because it's like years ago, if anyone can remember, when you had your regular TVs and you just had TV antennas and you pulled in the stations from the TV antennas, if you walked in front of your TV, you would get a better reception. As you walked away, the reception got bad. And this is the polarity and the electromagnetic field that your body generates and could pull in stations better. So you were actually acting as a conduit for the television waves. Now, so I believe this is what happens when you are close to these squares of paper. Now, when you get away and you use your mind entirely, that's a different story. You are actually causing the paper to move by the ability to manifest movement by your mind. Now, I'm not saying it's totally thinking about it, because I can move this object while I am talking to other people. Okay, I found I can move it very fast when I am not thinking about it. When I try thinking about it to move, it doesn't move as well. And so it's really hard sometimes when I get it moving for me to quit thinking about it so that it will continue to move. The minute that I think there's a limit that I may stop it here or stop it there because it's like overwhelming, then it stops. And if I start thinking about it going in a different direction, but then I let that thought go, then it'll move. But as long as I think about it, it will be harder for it to move. So I'm just going to do a couple of demonstrations here and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, let me move the camera down to focus it on the paper. Now the paper is really washed out. I can't seem to get this room any darker, so you'll just see a lighter reflection of the paper. Okay, now here we go. Now that was my total mind moving it. I took a deep breath. I didn't even breathe while it was happening. Now do you see? It's happening again. It stopped because I started thinking about how can I get it to move faster. You see? There are thoughts. Now it's moving because I'm not thinking about it. And I can feel it. But as soon as I think about it, then just like I did, it stops. Okay, now I'm going to put my hands, cup my hands around it, see if I can do that in a way that you'll be able to see it and produce a movement through the electromagnetism being generated through my hands. Okay, here we go. I'll turn my hands in a way so that you'll be able to see it work. Alright, now We'll see what happens here. Now you see I'm pulling it around. That means that I am generating one force which is opposite the polarization of the paper. Now you see this can be happening anywhere. Now I pushed it. See? These things change very fast. I have no idea how I'm changing them. Okay, and it works with either hand. Now, I'm going to try to pull it. Turn on stuff here. Okay, let me stop it. Now, once again, from the top. Now watch this. You see that? You think I'm moving this in some way other than what I'm doing? There's no wind here. There's just the magnetic attractions and repulsions. And I'm making it spin around that way. And that's what I usually do with my mind. My mind makes it jump up and down because I have tendencies of, instead of making it spin, I'm making it jump. That's tendencies to be able to levitate it. Alright, there, now watch. Not jumping anymore. Now it's totally stopped. Now watch. Now tell me that this is temperature change. This has got nothing to do with temperatures. Okay? This is the magnetic fields that you are working with and against. Paper is magnetically charged one way, and the charge coming from your hand is charged in the opposite direction. You see these? And this can be done with either hand. Now watch. Now I'm not touching it. Now continues to spin because now I've got it going. So what? You think I got strings tied to that? Think there's a string there? No, this is working. Okay? Now, let's stop it too. Okay? Okay. So you saw that. What more can I say? That's magnetic. I guess that's about all I can do now.